Hello, this is Alistair Beaumont, the Heretic Hermit, bringing you today's birthday reading of Feminine Energy for Thursday, October the 9th, 2025. We're moving right along. The birthday reading consists of 5 cards laid out in order, starting with where you are at, leading to where you are going, followed by what stands in your way, how to get through it, and your always positive birthday gift of the card of the day, just in case the reading leaves you feeling uncomfortable. This reading is going to leave you feeling uncomfortable. There's no two ways about it. I would actually estimate that by the time you hear the end of this reading, you might even be pissed at me about it, to which I apologize. I can't help myself. This is going to be the way it has to be for this particular reading. We're dealing with something that's pretty sticky as it is, and that's just the way it's got to be. I'm not going to shield myself from certain things just to, yeah. So, anyway, without further ado, where you are at is represented by the Seven of Cups. A chance you took, a very large chance, has paid off. You're still reeling from the narrow chance of success you had, expecting it to fail. You're completely blown away. It's going to take a moment for you to accept that, indeed, you have made the right move, even with the odds being so heavily stacked against you. It's one of those cases where it was 1,000-to-1 shot, and you took it, and you hit it. You don't know why you did it completely. Something basically just told you to do it, but that's where all the trouble is. Because on one hand, it's amazing that you pulled this off, but on the other hand, trying to figure out why is where it gets tricky. Where you are going is represented by the reversed major number 5, faith. The problem you face is the lack of understanding. Why? Why did you succeed against all odds? Making decisions down the road will be more challenging as you struggle with which way to go. Part of you will want to do what is logical and reasonable. Logical and reasonable. While another would want to try and replicate the success you had with this incredible gamble. Be careful. This is exactly how gamblers end up with addictions. I'm not kidding. I'm not fucking around. It's that feeling that you think that because you got that high, that kick, that you won that kind of money, that you can go back and replicate it and do it again and get the same thing. It's like, it's not as easy as you think. What stands in your way? The reverse Queen of Cups. You stand in your own way, unable to make a decision now that you've tempted fate and been fortunate. There's a reason why there is a reason that you made it, but what's most important is focusing on the reason you took the chance in the first place. Do not focus on the results. Why did you do it? Figuring that out is the answer to how you move forward. And as if I needed to prove it, how you get through it is the reverse Knight of Pentacles. Like I said, let go of the results. Don't think about the profit you've made. Consider the reasons you had for making the bet. Everything revolves around this point, and this is a dangerous place for you to be. I worked for 11 years in a casino cage. You don't want to go back and try again, desperate to recapture that feeling you had when you beat the odds. It's not about whether or not you can do it again. It's 100% about why you did it in the first place. If you can figure that out, then you should be fine trying again. If you can't, you better just keep trying. Your card of the day is the Queen of Pentacles. I give you the answer as to why you took the chance, so you don't have to get confused while you go look for it. For the longest time, you have been the benefactor of the kindness and generosity of the people, most notably your mother or mother figure. Given the situation you have recently found yourself in, you wanted to help those in need in a desperate time, and something told you to take this chance even when the odds were against you. You weren't interested in profit or greed, you just wanted to help others. Trouble is, what you won was far and beyond anything you could have imagined, and after helping those close to you, you began to think about who else you could help, if only given the chance. Then you started to wrestle with what you did, why it happened, what it meant. You started to seek out higher meaning behind such an incredible windfall. What you failed to understand was that this was meant to happen at this moment and this time. It was a way for the universe to nudge you in the right direction to achieve a specific goal. It is not meant to keep happening for you. I can prove it. More than once, through 11 years while I was working in the cage, I actually had more than one time a person desperate come into the cage or come into the casino who had a sudden moment of misfortune where they came into the cage because a relative died. And they had no way to get to the relative and take care of business because they just didn't have the money. And something told them to go into the casino and take a chance and use what little money they had to bet. And they won. And usually it always was the same story. They won exactly what they needed to win in order to make that ticket. The money that they won was not an accident. They won exactly what they needed so they could achieve what they needed to do so they could solve the problem. That's how the universe works. So it's like the universe gave you what you needed, just like I gave them what they needed to solve this problem. But the rest of it is that everything that goes beyond for profit, it's not meant for you to do more than what you've done. You can't, the money, people look at money and they think it's this master thing that can change your whole life or whatever. And it's like, that's where everybody goes wrong. If you go crazy with your money, especially windfalls of money, very few people that actually receive windfalls are able to adjust to the change necessary because they don't realize that just having money isn't enough. Being rich is not just about the money, it's about a lifestyle. And you can't just shift from the lifestyle you're currently at to being rich just because you have money. And countless times over again, it's actually shown that people that do that almost always get either taken by the people that actually have money because the people that have money are more than happy to take it from you, or they just blow it all because you don't realize that, yes, you can have a mansion, but it costs money to have a mansion. And so therefore, buying the mansion ends up becoming more costly than you realize, and you run out of money before you even had it. This is the problem people have when they win. I already said that. Yes, I did. If you're not ready for the lifestyle, I already said that too. I already said everything. I don't even need to say another thing. You should just put the money in the bank, thank your lucky stars, and keep on going with your life as you always have. Your lucky stars. I don't believe in luck. This is why I'm so persistent in telling you this particular thing, because I don't believe that it was like, wait, you just got lucky. Wow. It's like, no, it's like this is on purpose. There is a purpose to it, but the purpose is to do what you've done, and that's it, not to readjust your entire life into some new paradigm. Little by little, as time goes by, you can adjust to better surroundings. It's possible that through smaller adjustments as time goes on, you can improve things. That's true, especially if you're able to make investments that are sound, but you have to do it in tiny little increments over time. You can't just throw all the money against the wall and pray for something to hit. You can't rush it. I've watched many an addict get pulled in by the metaphorical one-armed bandit. Please do your best to protect yourself from its grip. People will win, and then, especially when it comes to slot machines, it's when the pattern I've noticed is this: you put in the money, you hit. If you hit, let's say you just hit 100. I put in one, I hit 100. And the first time you do it, you're shocked. You're like, oh my God, it's 100. So you'll actually sit and let the machine play, and it counts up to 100. But then the next time you do it, I've noticed, and this is where it gets sticky, because the next time you do it, you've already tasted what it's like to get to 100. When you actually play another bet and all of a sudden you get another 100, you hit the button. It starts counting to 100, but you cut it off and hit the button because now 100 is not good enough. So now you need more than 100. Now you need 200. And then you actually get 200. And then you're like, wow, and until you get to 200. But then that isn't good enough. And because the farther up you go, the more numbers you get, the higher it gets, the less often, the less frequent they go. So now you're just desperately reaching and trying so hard to get a higher one, and a higher one, and a higher one, and a higher one, until it's just ridiculous. It's like at some point, one of my favorite customers that used to come in there all the time, used to play video poker. She absolutely had a terrible night unless she got a royal flush. You know, the hardest hand to get in poker. Like, it was all she played for. She didn't play for anything else. She didn't even care about anything else. She would get 4 of a kind, 4 aces with a deuce, come up there, and she'd have thousands of dollars and just pissed off about the fact that she had to put it all back because she needed to have that royal flush. That's the only way she had any kind of happiness or joy in things, is if she had it. The royal flush was it. Either I have a royal flush or I don't have shit. And it's like, that's sad. I mean, that's when you get to that level. So I feel very passionately about this because I've seen many people just lose their minds and lose their livelihoods doing this very thing. So, and it feels that way for this reading. So I'm just trying to help, but be warned. Just be careful. Put the money in the bank and just keep going. Look at it this way. Whatever you're doing tomorrow, especially if you have a job you don't like, it'll be the best day ever in your life. You put the money in the friggin' bank and you just go back to work and nobody can tell you shit because you can just walk out and quit. That works. Little tiny increments. Not this, I'm going to go buy a Maserati. Just don't. I wish you nothing but the best. And I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe so you never miss a new one. Leave your comments below about what you think of my work and any suggestions you may have for new videos. But please do so in a civil and respectful manner. Visit the official Heretic Hermit website through the link in this video's description, where I offer you PDF readings, personal sessions by texting, phone, or video chat through Facebook Messenger at reasonable prices. And if you have any questions or comments you would like to make that are not public, my email is trbeaumont99@gmail.com, TRBEAUMONT99@gmail.com. May the universe guide you to prosperity and happiness, and I will be seeing you.